Hi, I've got a triangle question here. They're telling me what the area of the triangle is, and I need to find this side. Now, let's start with the area. That's only going to be useful if we've got some sort of equation for the area. There's an equation which everyone knows, a half base times height, but that only works when the base and the height are perpendicular. The other equation, which you should know, is a half AB sine C, and knowing the AB and the C and the arrangement there is really important. So it's when you've got two sides and an included angle. Now, if we look at our triangle here, this is one of the sides, this is the angle, and the other side is this one here. So in fact, our equation is going to tell us that one, the side AB. So we might as well just get on with it because there's nothing else we can do with the area. So once we've written down the formula, we need to put the numbers in. So I'm going to start with a half AB sine C, and that equals 48.11. A half times one of the sides, doesn't matter which one, times the missing side, times sine of 25.5, and that equals 48.11. Got to find B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of this stuff onto the bottom of the other side there, and I'm just going to shove it straight into my calculator. So I'm going to do 48.11. I'm going to divide it by a half, divide it by 15, divide it by sine of 25.5, and then that tells me that B is 14.9. So I'm just going to take that number and add it to my diagram and clear the page. So I've got 14.9 here now. So we're getting somewhere. We still need to find that missing side. And the two ways of finding your way of finding these missing sides and missing angles. The first one is the sine rule. And with the sine rule, you need a pair of a side and an opposite angle. So for example, sine A over A or sine B over B. For that to work. So is that going to work for this triangle? Well, no, because we only know that angle, and we don't know this side, so yeah, it's not going to work. So what we need to do is use the cos rule instead. And the cos rule, if we write it down first, it's something like cos of A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2BC. And what we need to do before we use that is we need to check that that angle is kind of in the right place or given the correct name. Now we are a bit lucky here because the angle or that vertex is labeled A, and therefore that means that the one we're missing is little a, and B and C are the other two, and it doesn't matter which way round they are. So I'm ready to go, and I can go ahead and start putting in the values straight into the equation. So cos of 25.5, and now for the B and the C, that's going to be 14.9 squared plus 15 squared minus A squared, the only one that I don't know. Divide that by 2 times B times C. So I've got one unknown, and I just need to solve this basically. I need to move this stuff over here. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to calculate cos of 25.5, and I'm going to times it by 2, times it by 14.9, and times it by 15. That gives me 403.46. So 403.46. And that's going to equal The right hand side, I might as well simplify that bit, which is the 14.9 squared plus the 15 squared. That gives me 447.01. And then I have minus a squared. Now I can rearrange that equation. I'll do 447.01 minus 403.46. Take the square root, and it gives me 6.6. So A is 6.6, this thing here. And there we go.